Today we're gonna watch 7 Deadly Sins. XD, nobody cares about that. You know what? My mom doesn't know I'm watching 7 Deadly Sins, so don't even think of telling her. Your mom get okay. 7 Deadly Sins. We're on this because I don't feel like watching the first thing again. It's boring.
Hey, Vaughn, did you have an extra one of those outfits?
Nah, I picked this one up on the way to the village.
Stole, you mean?
This looks so good! Hawk, mind your manners. I think it's bad manners to sit like that. Right.
Leaving already? Why don't you stay for a drink?
Thanks, but I won't trouble you any longer. Seeing you again is enough.
All right.
One last thing before I go. Keep in mind that if you're seeing traces of Liz whenever you look at that princess, never mind. Until we meet again, Meliodas.
Take care of yourself, Barzard.
This is a tale of ancient times, an era before the human and non-human worlds were forever divided. No longer content with Leonis, nations with holy knights have extended their reach across Britannia. Magic is power, and it is this power that can sway an entire country's destiny. Throughout the realms, one group of knights is renowned among all others, and they are known as
I can't see that. I forgot you can't see it or be copyright. Is that what you'll see? No, nothing. No.
Nice to meet you,
You
Sir.
can only see that.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm the 3rd princess of Leonis. Would you please consider joining all of us in our
I
quest to save the
forgot that
kingdom
I'll
from the
be
Holy Knights?
copyrighted.
No. This isn't the first time we've met. We crossed paths once before in Orden, and before that you became acquainted with us when you were only a small child.
Huh?
Well, what do you know? So she was the little runt always hanging around the king.
How weird, I totally don't remember that.
Show respect when you speak to Her Highness. I beg your pardon, Princess.
Oh, sure. So, think you could tell me if I've met Sir Meliodas before too, by any chance?
Of course you have.
Sir Meliodas.
What'll it be, Gother? Want to join up with us? I think I should. It was the king who appointed me to the 7 deadly sins, so the least I can do in return is submit to his daughter's wishes. Great! And with you, our 7 deadly sin count is up to 5. Let's get drunk to celebrate! Yeah!
Well, we would have done that anyway, but I'm in. Cheers!
Cheers!
So good.
Want me to bring you something to eat?
Oh, that's good. Don't worry about it. I can get it myself.
I hope you brought your A game, Captain.
Less talking, more drinking.
Eat. I'm sure we have something here you like.
I have no preferences when it comes to food. Something feels odd.
Hey, Gunther! Answer hot! Consider the owner's best disposal. If you got any questions, just ask. I'm always happy to help.
How in the world does a pig know how to speak?
No idea.
So why are you eating all those scraps?
They're yummy.
That's all.
You're done already? Now you gotta have more questions than that.
I'm so moved. I was starting to think I'd never be reunited with the others again.
That's what you were just thinking about, wasn't it?
I was noticing none of us are from the same species.
That's all?
That's all.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. So, Gother, 10 years ago, when all of us were framed for trying to overthrow the kingdom of Leonis, well, I was wondering if you remember...
I know what you want to ask. I see your own memory of the event is clouded, incomplete, but you wish to find out who assaulted you when we fled.
Do you know?
Yes, I do in fact. It was the boar sin of gluttony, Merlin.
Merlin? But why?
I can't speak to her motive. I did hear several rumors, but none of them proved to be reliable. And whenever I got close to the truth, she would disappear again without a trace.
Hey, guys, you won't believe this. Our buddy Gother here was actually able to pick out King by his BO.
Along with his bone structure and tone.
Really? You recognized him by his smell?
I'm curious. Let's all have a smell. Kind of sickly sweet, isn't it?
Like flowers. Hey! It smells so familiar. It's what the Fairy King should smell like.
The ant's face is so close. Guys, knock it off! If you keep crowding me, I might...
Now he smells kind of sour.
Like sweaty socks.
It's not that bad, guys. You must be imagining things.
This one smells familiar too.
Gross, man.
Don't let him get to you, Sir King.
What's the big idea ganging up on me?
I didn't do anything to you.
Of course you did! You started this mess, so you need to clean it up!
Very well. Deanne, you claim to be 29 feet tall, when in fact, you know you're actually closer to 30. The fudging of your weight is even more severe.
Why do you have to be so mean? A lady's allowed to keep some secrets, you jerk!
What's the point in lying about a foot when you're as tall as she is?
You're a boy. You wouldn't understand.
As for you, Vaughn, during the battle with the vampires in Edinburgh 12 years ago, you got rather unreasonably drunk.
Yeah, that's right. I got pretty hammered and decided not to join the mission. I said I was sorry.
But you didn't apologize for using physical hunt to steal King and Deanne's power, or for laughing at them as you watched them both struggle.
Oh, so that explains why I felt so weak all of a sudden.
That was you?
Come on, it was a long time ago. Forgive me. Whoa, it wasn't my finest moment, but I don't deserve this.
You're right.
Knock it off! Why do you always have trouble for everybody? Could you please just give it a rest? Yeah, there's no reason to air our dirty laundry, right? That's right. I mean, not that I have any dirty laundry.
You could have defeated that opponent without me. As a matter of fact, King, you would have won easily if you'd pushed your power to the absolute limit. Perhaps the alcohol is affecting my judgment, but... Elaine?
Gother, no!
This Hellborn person, who is he? It seems because of this man, you find yourself unable to... Perhaps unable isn't the word.
No! Calm down. Nothing to get worked up about. Oh, yeah? This is why you probably shouldn't delve so deep into people's memories, Gother.
He's right. Gotta read the room a little, dude.
Read the...
Sir Meliodas, your meat just came out of the oven.
Oh, thanks.
Is the princess in love with the captain? Her voice rises in pitch and her heart rate accelerates, which doesn't happen when she speaks to the rest of us. I've heard of this before. It's called love, a condition that affects humans as well as other species.
Stop! Quit talking, you idiot!
Man, we're really in
for it now.
Just take it easy, Deanne.
No need to blow away the village.
Well, I think I'll go back inside.
Elizabeth? Here. Thanks a lot.
What do you mean?
It's not that Liz wanted you to fight. She wanted you to live, right?
I was just wondering about what kind of person Liz was.
Let me see. She was the exact opposite of you. Really strong-willed, so we'd fight sometimes. But in other ways, you two are a lot alike.
You think so?
Yeah, you're strong. Both of you.
Really? I am?
And you've got a couple other things in common.
Oh,
Tell me, is that some kind of greeting?
Herbert?
Grandmaster Dreyfus! Are you all right, sir? You were locked in your room so long, we started to worry.
Of course, I do apologize. It isn't like me to be so affected by such things.
He looks completely worn out. But who could blame him? If I'd just lost a son, I'd feel the same way.
So, did anything out of the ordinary happen during my absence? Anything at all?
Well, there have been reports that even more apprentice Holy Knights have joined the new generation's ranks.
I see.
Could this be some sort of omen? Their eyes almost look like they've been possessed by something. Every last one of them.
They've allied with Hendrickson, have they?
It appears so.
Then my prophecy is proving far more accurate than I had hoped. The time has finally come for the two of us to have a little chat. Hendrickson.
This isn't like you. What's going on?
A few days ago, do you remember how Sir Halbram called on the Roars of Dawn to carry out the armor giant raid? The thing is, I was feeling so pissed off that he didn't ask us that I decided I would follow them. And then, I saw the 7 deadly sins fighting with the armor giant. Or at least, I thought that's what it was.
The 7 deadly sins. Then the monster was eliminated by a...
You don't understand. I sensed 2 kinds of magical power coming from that monster. One was the same as the demons we saw underground. The other was the same as a holy knight.
Are you sure?
Yes, I couldn't believe it. A monster who could somehow possess both kinds of magical powers. It was almost like...
Like us. Just like the knights of the new generation.
But I wanted to be sure. So I started digging up the grave the 7 deadly sins made. And on the monster that I found inside, on the man who might have been a holy knight, I found this.
But that's...
Did you take care of it? The so-called armor giant?
Thankfully, yes. Though it took longer than we expected after the experiment failed and he managed to slip away.
Because of their power, the old generation of holy knights spun out of control, making them difficult to subdue. The apprentice holy knights of the new generation are a different story. Their powers are adequate, yet inferior to those of their predecessors, making them easier to control.
What we have then is a beautiful story of a young girl succeeding where her own father could not. Quite touching, in fact. The embrace that binds you, and the kiss that imprisons...
You know what? Y'all can watch the rest by yourself. I ain't gonna keep holding this.